looking at things. Because when God has called you to something, you may not have that steady ground. Hey, you may not even can feel the ground below your feet. But are you a water walker? He's able. So we had to start out the show today with the Vitamin D, He's Able by Kirk Franklin. And it's something about just knowing the history of who God is and what God has done. Kirk says, I know he can do it. He said he'd help me through it. When has ever God been slow to keep his promise? Now, you can go in any nation, in any tongue, in any four corners of the earth, and we'll see that every knee shall bow when you talk about God. So why is it that when we're having trials and tribulations that we think the narrative is going to change? It's the same God. Back then is the same God right now. But see, what you got to do is you got to hold on to the consistency. See, Kirk says, hold on, my brother. Your change is going to come. Be strong, my sister, for your work is not done. No, just go keep on believing and hold on tight. He said he's going to bring you joy in the morning light. True story real quick. You got to hold on. Before I even got this job, and I was just strictly doing my podcast, Vitamin D with Dawn Dai, I got to a point where I didn't have a car. That meant I was taking 3 buses to get to Sherman Oaks, California to do my dream. And when I tell you, if you can just imagine, when you don't know, but you gotta stand strong on the promise. Because I could have easily said, all right, I can't get up there. But you can't fail if you don't quit. And I know that God promised me, say, Dawn, you show up, that desire, that dream to be bigger than Oprah, it can happen. But you just gotta hold on and know that he's able. And because I stayed faithful, because I walked in my consistency, because I'm a water walker, who you hear on the radio right now? So don't tell me it's not possible when you're talking about my God. He's able. Oh, yes, he is. He can do it. Oh, yes, he can. He's able, family. I just want you to triumph. All right? All right, welcome to the front page. It's dawn like the break of day. It is a good Monday. We got some information and some news to talk about. I want to take note of this, just so you guys make note. I had 2 listeners reach out to me. Shout out to Captain. He said, we need to talk about Eunice Diumfor, the councilwoman that was killed in her car in New Jersey. And then I want to give a shout out to Rebecca Aline. She reached out to me on Facebook and wants to talk about the shooting that happened in Beverly Crest, where 3 women lost their lives. We're going to do all that conversation for Talk to Me Tuesday. I want you to get ready, do your research, because when we show up, we speak up for us, by us, with us. All right, so now we need to dive into some news. Oh, wait. Before I do that, be ready to tell somebody that we got a special guest coming in the studio today. His name is Kevin Ross. We put out the call last week from my brother Keemio. And I said, if anybody knows Kevin Ross, can you tell him? Dawn Dai from the front page is listening. Do you know he called in? Do you know this brother pulled up? And his beautiful wife is right here in our conference room waiting to come. So if you are streaming online on Facebook as well as Instagram at Dawn Dai Speaks, you will definitely see them coming into the studio. So I have to give you that so you can get warmed up, that you tell somebody that ain't up yet, wake up. Dawn Dai gonna have Kevin Ross on the studio. Yeah. Small gesture, big smile. All right, so now let's dive into some news. Let's talk about what's happening in our nation, perhaps what's happening in our state, or look to the left and the right, who on top of you or behind you, and perhaps what's happening with that person near you.
It's time for Front Page News with Dawn Dai on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Oh boy, now this one is from afar, but I'm sure you may have heard about it, got wind about it if you are up and you're catching the news. Our prayers go out. There was a powerful earthquake that rocked Turkey and Syria that has killed more than 1,300 people. Yeah, the earthquake was a magnitude of 7.8, and it rocked the southeastern Turkey and northern Syria earlier this morning, toppling hundreds of buildings and killing more than 1,300 people. Hundreds are still to believe trapped under the rubble, and the toll is expected to rise as rescue workers search mounds of wreckage in cities and towns across the area. Now, this quake felt as far as Cairo, was centered north of Gaziantep, a Turkish provincial capital. It struck a region that has been shaped on both sides of the border by more than a decade of civil war in Syria. On the Syrian side, the swath affected is divided between government-held territory and the country's last opposition held by enclave, which is surrounded by Russian-backed government forces. Now, Turkey, meanwhile, is home to millions of refugees from that conflict. Turkey sits on top of a major fault lines and is frequently shaken by earthquakes. Some 18,000 were killed in powerful earthquakes that hit northwest Turkey in '99. The U.S. Geological Survey measured Monday's quake, like I said before, at 7.8 magnitude, with at least 20 aftershocks that followed. Now, this was all the way into some hours later during the daylight. This is the strongest measure of 6.6, Turkish authorities said. So our prayers definitely go out to the family, and let it be a reminder that you got to really live your life on purpose. Walk in gratitude. Another sad story to report. 3 individuals were killed in Southgate, caused by a fleeing driver. 3 people were killed and another one was hospitalized after a violent multi-vehicle crash in Southgate earlier Sunday morning involving a vehicle that was fleeing from law enforcement after a Cadillac converter theft. The collision occurred just after 2 a.m. on State Street at Tweedy Boulevard and involved a vehicle that was being pursued by the police. Video from the scene showed at least 4 vehicles sustained major damage. Car parts and debris were scattered across the road. Now, State Street was closed for several hours as authorities investigated the cause of the crash and cleared the wreckage. 2 people were declared dead at the scene, and the third was pronounced dead after arriving at the hospital. A husband and wife, identified by their son as Flavio Ariel Balderas and Michaela Balderas, was among the victims. The third victim was identified as 20-year-old James Griffin III by his mother, Tawan McCrary. The condition of the fourth person is unclear at this time. Police say occupants of both vehicles were among those killed. By Sunday night, a small memorial to the victims was grooming at the intersection where the crash occurred. Family and friends gathered with candles to mourn the loss of their loved ones. Now, this crash just comes days after 2 innocent bystanders were killed after the driver of a stolen truck that was being pursued by the police got crashed in Panorama City. Now, the Los Angeles Police Department is reviewing the pursuit to determine whether or not the chase was within department policy. Now, this is according to the Los Angeles Times. A grand jury report from 2017 found that police pursuits in Los Angeles County have historically caused, and I quote, unnecessary bystander injuries and deaths. This is according to the Los Angeles Times. I don't know about you, but are your antlers twinkling a little bit? Do you feel a little tingle? It's just reminding me why we have to elevate the conversation when we talk about police reform, when we talk about us standing up for a community, why the conversation with Chauncey Smith from Catalyst, California is so important, and why we have to uplift the work that Push LA is doing, because they're promoting unity, safety, and health right here in LA. And as we can see, it needs to be going and beyond, because people are losing their lives. And if we don't step up for the money that we are paying, then who gonna do it? Huh? Now, I see you on hold, but I got to get to this news, and then I'll come to you, okay? Now, furthermore, here's some news that could affect your child or someone's child that you may know. Well, on Friday, the Department of Public Health announced children in California won't have to get the coronavirus vaccine to attend schools, ending one of the last major restrictions of the pandemic in the nation's most populous state. Now, Governor Gavin Newsom announced on Monday, or first announced rather, that the policy in 2021 saying it would eventually apply to all of the Californians' 6.7 million public and private school children. Now, children in California are not expected to currently return back, but they are saying that they are exploring emergency rulemaking to add COVID-19 to the list of required school vaccinations. But we continue to strongly recommend COVID-19 immunization for students and staff to keep everyone safer in the classroom. Any changes to be required from K through 12 immunizations are properly addressed through the legislative process. Yeah. This is according to CDPH, Department of Public Health. Isn't that something? All these years, we had to get the vaccine. They said you couldn't go to work, you couldn't go to school, you couldn't do anything. Now, it seems as though it's lifted, so that's a good sign that things are getting better. All right, another good sign, we are about to go to commercial break. That means we're going to pay some bills, and that also means that you need to get your pen and paper ready. because I'm about to give you some resources. How you can save some money, perhaps how you can win some money, maybe even how you can get a job. Oh, and plus, our special guest is coming in, Kevin Ross from Small Gesture, Big Smiles. Yeah, you, family, you said y'all wanted him here, and he pulls up because he's doing great things in the community for those who are unhoused, bringing awareness and also providing resources. Yeah, that's what we do on the front page. And I'm doing like the break of day. So, yeah, let's make this money. I'll be right back, okay? It's Radio Free, 102.3 KJLH. Be right back.
This is The Front Page with Dawn Day on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Here we go!
Please welcome
Neo.
This is Jeremiah, and this is family right here.
and a magnificent
Tony Braxton.
my girl her.
Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Hey, it's Steve Harvey, y'all. Here's what happened on the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Valentine's Day is coming up soon.
We got a row of roses all out in front of that house, our house.
You have rose bushes in front of your
Yeah.
house right now.
So can I just pull up one of them?
Yeah,
Whoa,
pull
a
up
bush,
and her
a
a
rose
whole
bush.
handful of buds and thorns.
It's a
There
bloody
ain't a
hand.
rose out nowhere right now. Why don't you just give her a couple of heads of cabbage?
Have a great weekend. The last will be right back here Monday morning, bright and early, with the Steve Harvey Morning Show on Radio Free, 102.3 KJLH.
Hey, family, what's up? I'm Lon McHugh. Join me Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Listen, I've got the perfect music for work and play, no matter where you are. The KJLH Radio Free mobile app. I'll keep you informed with what's trending. I'll update your traffic and weather scenes. And man, when you call, the fun really jumps off at 520-KJLH.
Are you giving away something?
No.
Oh.
It's like, okay, bye. So yeah, make it a plan with me, Lon McHugh, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. right here on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Hey everybody, this is Andre Russell. And I know what you want to hear on Sunday, and I'll play it for you.
Make some noise in here!
Great artists like Kirk Franklin, Mary, Jonathan McReynolds, Marvin Sapp, Fred Hammond, and I got it for you on Spread the Word every Sunday. From 12 noon to 6 p.m. Cutting edge gospel artists and the leading ministers from around the world. And Bible Jeopardy, where you can win prizes. Get ready for it every Sunday and Spread the Word from 12 to 6 right here on 102.3 KJLH.
Hey everybody, this is Rob. Join me Saturdays from 5 to 9 for the Block Party, starting at 5. It's your spiritual inspirational time. Triple plays at 6. And at 6:20, we exercise at the Rose Bowl, Darby Park, Kenneth Hahn Park, or in your home. 7 to 9, it's the music from the soundtrack of your life, plus birthday shout-outs at 8:10. So join me, Roland Bynum, Saturdays from 5 to 9 for the Block Party and the music from the soundtrack of your life. Yesterday's music for today's memories, only on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
You're listening to The Front Page with Dawn Day on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Kevin, what did you talk about?
Go ahead.
All right, I'm back, y'all. Hey, this is what happens in live radio. Let's get to some promotion real quick, y'all. I gotta remind you, we are deep into 2023, and guess what? We're still paying your bills. Now, you got to get this Radio Free Cash Relief and know that it's available for you. All you got to do is sign up at kjlhradio.com, okay? Enter your name, your number, your email, enter the name of the bill, and more importantly, how much the bill is. And then you need to listen for your name weekdays at 4:10, because if you hear your name, you got 10 minutes. Don't be calling back in 11 be like, oh, I heard Don say I got to call back. Well, I said you got 10 minutes, not 12 or 15, okay? Because if you do, guess what? Boom, the cash is yours. Sign up, listen, and win this Radio Free Cash Relief. Get to that cash. Sweet, Sweet Cash, right here on Radio Free, 102.3 KJLH. All right, y'all. Y'all heard a voice in here. That's Kevin Ross. I'm going to introduce him in a second. Dog, Kevin, you got the lines blown up already. Okay, get your pen and papers ready. I got some information that you can use. A big shout out to our family member, our brother from another, Mr. Marcus Savage. He went ahead and sent me an email, and he wanted to make sure that I share with our listeners that they have another event going on that could be great for you. A few of you have said, Dawn, I have a record. Can I still get a job with Get in the Game? How can I get this money up? Because we're talking 6 and 7 figures, right? Well, take note. February 10th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. kicks off a year-long record expungement workshop. It's happening from February to November on the 9th of every month. They will be conducting a record expungement workshop each month, providing valuable information and different opportunities each month. This is brought to you by Get in the Game. GetInTheGame.xyz. For more detailed information, tell Marcus Savage I sent you at GITG.xyz. And the address and where this workshop will be taking place on the 10th is 2107 Manchester Avenue. All right? Also, I told you how you can win some money. Let me tell you how you can save some money. Do you need help paying for your gas bill? Well, get this. The Salvation Army is here for you today between the hours of 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. because they are partnering with SoCal Edison and the gas company. They're taking appointments for people who qualify for gas assistance fund relief. Now, it's a one-time grant for up to $100. Okay? You can get this up to $100 assistance for your gas bill. Now, there are a few things that you must note in order to qualify. The bill has to be in your name of the applicant. Don't get your auntie, your cousin, your brother. It has to be your name, okay? You have to have the address as the primary address. It's not someplace that you stay in sometimes. This is your main home, and you must meet their income guidelines. Now, appointments will be taking place at the Salvation Army right off of Gage Avenue. It's 2965 East Gage Avenue right there in Huntington Park. If you want to make your appointment, here's the number. You got a pen? It's 323-587-4221. Again, that's 323-587-4221. Also, some more information. This is for our LGBTQ plus community. If you are an LGBTQ student in Los Angeles Unified School District and you have an opportunity to earn a $25 gift card, the Rainbow Education Coalition of Los Angeles, or REC LA, is asking LGBTQ students to take their Safe School Climate Survey to help them know how to better support queer and trans youth in our LA schools. This survey is meant to be taken off campus and is open to LGBTQ plus students in the Los Angeles School District only. Okay, so if you know someone that could benefit from this, right? Because we're making room for everybody to exist comfortably in a loving, safe environment. Well, check out this bit.ly link. It's bit.ly/RECLA survey. Okay, so take it and get yourself something nice with that $25 gift card, right? Yeah. All right, we're gearing up for our guest. His name is Kevin Ross. I want to just give this as a clearance as we talk about different resources that may affect those who are unhoused and just those who need some support. Take note of this website. It's entitled findhelp.org. If you need help with housing, food, health, finances, education, and more, please reach out to them. Again, findhelp.org. The resources available all across the country. Go to the website, just enter your zip code, and get access to hundreds of resources. All right? Okay, family. We leading into this conversation. I got the man Kevin Ross up in here. I got his beautiful wife Sheila Ross in here. And family, I got you for this conversation. So you say, Dawn, why do you keep mentioning this brother named Kevin Ross? Well, last week when I had my Tell Me Something Good Thursday, I was having everyone call in about just different things that they knew about what's going on. And many of you called and said, Dawn, I really appreciate your guest. I really appreciate the information you're providing and the work and the resources, how we're uplifting people in the community. And I said, well, if there's anybody else that you would like to uplift, let me know. So then Keemio called, my big brother Keemio. He says, Dawn, you need to check out this brother Kevin Ross. I've known him pretty much all my life, and he's done some amazing work in the community. He said, Google, small gesture, big smile. I said, okay. He was Googleable. And I saw that Kevin right here has done a lot out of his hard work for the community. And I said, you know what? Let's put him on front page, especially after I called him out and then he called me. Ain't that right, Kevin?
Yeah, my phone rang off the hook.
Right here.
Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, they woke me up with get on the radio. They talking about you.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Well, let me tell you who this is. Now, you're going to have to pull up on that mic, Mr. Ross, because the good people need to hear you.
All right.
Kevin Ross, born and raised in Los Angeles in the 39th and Western area. Kevin Ross struggled with drugs, prison, and crime the majority of his adult life. While making many attempts to get sober, he would always fall back into the same habits that led him to living on the streets. In 2012, he successfully became sober and realized that he had a passion for helping people experiencing homelessness, just like he had once. He began asking for donations for clothes and shoes and would fill his truck with items for the unhoused community. Eventually, Kevin created a public Facebook called Small Gesture, Big Smile to act as a forum to provide support and to become a resource as the source. Family, please send your radio waves, your energy, your round of applause to our very special guest, Mr. Kevin Ross. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing fine. Want to thank you for the platform.
Of course, my pleasure. Was that somebody's phone went off? Is everybody's phone on vibrate? Kevin, was that you?
Probably.
Look at you. He's starting already. I'm just teasing. But you said your phone was ringing off the hook? What happened?
About 5:30 in the morning, I received a phone call. Kevin, get on the radio. Get on the radio, kid. They talking about you.
Who called you?
A friend of mine, just somebody who listened to your show.
Okay, because somebody mentioned on Facebook said they went to high school with you.
That's probably a lot of people.
Okay.
I went to Dorsey. I went to Dorsey High.
Oh, yeah, so you around the area.
Yes, ma'am. Born and bred.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps because, I'm so overjoyed. Because it warms my heart to talk about people in the community because we the stars right here. We the change that we got to be.
Yeah, I believe in helping my community. I just been a part of my community all my life. I love my community. I love the unhoused. I just love what I do. It's a part of my makeup.
Well, we got some callers call in. Your sister called early. I told her to call back at 5:15, but let's go to call one as we warm up because when we get to the conversation, we're going to get to the thick of some things. Great morning. You live. This is the front page.
Is this me?
Is it you? I don't know.
Joe.
Who is it?
Okay, this is Russell. This is Joseph Hilson. And I've known Kevin, my God, since I tell you,
I can't hear you. You were homeless together?
We're homeless together. We were on drugs together. We didn't get sober together, but we are sober, and he's doing great things in the community. I love that he's a part of my life. I try to take him donations at least 2 or 3 times a year. Kevin, man, you the blessing, man. You know, you that guy, man, that stood up and took responsibility, man, and gave back. And I think the reason that he hustles so hard and works so hard at what he's doing is because he is that homeless person. We are that homeless person. And God's going to continue to bless you. I hope he does. I pray for you every night. You know? Love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's go to line 2 and see what y'all got to say. Great morning. You're live on the front page. All right, let's go to line 3. Great morning. This is the front page. Hello there.
Hello.
Hi, this is the front page. Who's this?
Hi, this is Deborah Murray.
Hi, Deborah. We got Kevin Ross in the studio and his beautiful wife, Sheila.
Yeah, hi to both of them. I know Kevin. I met him several years ago. He's also alumni of James A. Fauché Junior High School. Mm-hmm. And I didn't go to school with him. I went to Fauché. I went to Dorsey. I'm a few years older than him, but Kevin has been very helpful in the community to me personally with my family members. And Kevin, I've been here to support him. Kevin's organization is large on Facebook, and he helps out people. His page is where he gives, and the people on the page donate. Nothing's never sold on the page. And, of course, an organization like that needs funding from the community. So I hope with this interview that will help to get funding.
Yes.
And thank you, Kevin, and love you.
Thank you, Ms. Murray.
Thank you so much, Miss Murray. That's beautiful, and I'm glad, because that's what we're here to do. put small gesture, big smile on front page so we can get this money for our community because it's about us, right? So it's time to dive in to say, okay, Dawn, who is this brother that we may not know? Well, we're going to talk about it, but first, let me get this homework, and we're going to dive into this conversation. Hold on.
What you know about Black history?
From Rosa Parks to Dr. Martin Luther King.
I have a dream.
Malcolm X to Reverend Jesse Jackson.
What is your real name?
Malcolm.
My history is Black history.
We are you. We are KJLH FM in HD, Compton, Los Angeles. Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Black history.
All right, y'all. We back and live in full effect. It's Dawn like the break of day, and we're here with the front page, and we have a very special guest in studio. Kevin Ross is here from Small Gesture, Big Smile, how he is helping those in the unhoused community and providing a resource right here in LA. And he's born and bred. So, hey, Kevin.
Hey, how you doing?
You said, and I quote, this is what you sent to me when you filled out our guest form. You said, my real mission is to bring an awareness and the plight of the unhoused and for people to see the real struggle that's taking place in our community.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us, where you from?
Born and bred, like I said, 39th and Western area. Everything happened for me right there. Went to the local elementary school, Santa Barbara Elementary. Went to James A. Fauché. Went to Dorsey. Played football at Dorsey.
Hey.
And then it began.
What began?
The downplay.
So you grew up with both parents?
Two-parent home. My father is at Harrison Ross Mortuary. Yes, the prestigious mortuary in Los Angeles. That's my father. Yes. And the unbelievable two-parent home, white Cadillac, beautiful house. But I kind of like went to the left a little bit.
How did that happen?
Wanted to be somebody. My role models were the guys at the liquor store. Yeah, my mother, they didn't allow me to go across the street to the liquor store, but I would ride my bike and look across the street and be like, I can't wait to be like them with the bags in their back pocket and, selling drugs and doing all kind of other things. And eventually, by the time I got old enough, I made it across the street, unfortunately.
So let's talk about it. I think oftentimes people feel like you got to grow up on the wrong side of the tracks, and that's how you end up there. No. And what I mean by that, growing up in trouble and surrounded that, or people feel like that's the only way it can be reproduced, but that's not always the story. That's always not the case, right?
No, ma'am. I came from a beautiful home, two parents, loving, did the best they could. I made the wrong decision. Took a long time to come out of it.
And those decisions led you on the streets?
Oh, yes, most definitely. Too embarrassed to... wouldn't bring it to my, my mother's home and stuff like that. So, I just stayed away and got into the streets.
So how old were you at this point?
Oh, I've been using drugs since I was probably about, you want to know the story? I was the kid who brought a cigarette to school in elementary school. I was the kid that brought one cigarette, one match, and got me a few people we smoked in the tunnel in elementary school. Mm. Yeah. And it just elevated in the junior high school and elevated in the high school. And it didn't really take real major effect on me until probably I was about 19 or 20 and alcoholism had set in. Still functional, but still it was coming. And then, of course, I took on the hard drugs and my life plummeted.
Do you remember why you were, I guess, I want to say using or, engaging in that? Did you feel like you were sad? Did you feel like nobody paid attention? Or you were just like, I want to have fun?
No, I kind of like came from a house where, in my house, there wasn't no radio, wasn't no oldies. It wasn't, my father was 58 when I was born.
Oh, really?
And my mother was 32. So it was like I don't know if I could really pinpoint anything about my life at that time that really dove me into drugs. My parents was loving, provided. It wasn't nothing I didn't have. I was a spoiled kid on the block. I just don't know what happened. I can't explain it. But, my father was a great man. He was a great man. Third grade education.
Really?
My father was born in 1905. 1905.
So he didn't say some things.
When I was 10, my father was 58. When I was 20, my father was 68. My father. My father just he was just a great man. He taught me a lot, but he never saw me sober.
Is that right? So when did you first find yourself out on the streets? What happened?
Many times I found myself on the street.
Do you remember the first time though? Did it just seem like you fell
would
asleep?
run from this. I would run from being homeless. I would. There comes a point when you're on drugs and your parents would still let you in the house.
Because they don't want you out there. They say, I'd rather have you in the house than out there somebody can hurt you.
Right. And then it came to a point where, no, you can't come here no more.
So how old were you at that time?
Probably in my 20s.
Really?
And then committing crimes, trying to sell drugs, going to jail, I couldn't. It was a point in my life where I couldn't get 60 days on the street.
Really? In and out like that?
In and out.
And would you say that the high was just that good for that moment? And
just a moment.
I want to be mindful when I say that, because people have to realize, people think, oh, well, you just stop. But wait a minute, we're talking about an addiction that is transforming a state. For some people are willing to take other people's lives. They lose their whole family and their livelihood for what somebody may say, oh, this little high. But let's really talk about this and really unpack what is happening,
Well, it's an escape. It's another world. My wife is she's 26 years sober.
Oh, wow. That's so beautiful.
So it's the whole drug world. You want to commit crimes. You want to, be involved in that underground world and be a part of, gangs and drugs and, all of that. When really I was really an eyesore. I've been threatened to go home. If you don't go home, we're going to beat you up.
You telling me the people on the street would tell you need to go home because you ain't had no business out there?
Yeah. That's how it was. So I left my neighborhood where people didn't know who I was, which made it easier to plummet because there was no quote-unquote Kevin Ross image to protect. So I just went east where nobody knew me. And that's where the real living in alleys. I lived in an alley for 2 years.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, literally, in an alley behind your house, build a tent, have a bed, put a mattress on 4 crates, have a dresser, have carpet, have a tarp, have restrooms, have
what do you mean,
showers
have a
in
restroom?
buckets.
What do you mean?
In a bucket. I lived like that for 2 years.
And for whatever you were experiencing, that life in that tent was more at peace for you than being in a house?
Shame and guilt.
That damn shame. We've been talking about
shame
that.
And guilt, yeah.
Look, Sheila up in the studio shaking her head. You want to say hi to the people, Sheila? They know, they can see you.
Oh, they can?
Yeah, we live on Facebook. You had shook your head and you said that shame and guilt. Why did you jump in and say that? What was that response for?
That's real.
What you mean by that?
It's
Can you put a mic to your mouth some more?
That shame and guilt, it keep you out there. It will keep you out there.
So rather than getting some help, you rather sit there and you're lonesome and be hurt. Because it's easier that way. Because I ain't got to worry about nobody judging me, huh?
Well, one thing you're around a bunch of other people who are experiencing the same thing but don't know.
What you mean?
Everybody you're in the alley with experiencing shame and guilt. So we just like one big old clan of shame and guilt. Everybody in the alley got a life. Everybody in the alley got a mother. Everybody in the alley got a brother.
Everybody in the alley
got a family.
is somebody's baby.
Right. When I was in the alley, my wife was still coming to visit me and honking the horn at the end of the alley, telling people to tell Kevin, your wife is at the end of the alley.
Sheila, that was you?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I thought so you were already sober while he was still there?
Yes.
Oh, your love for this man is like that?
Just like that.
Oh, hey. I got goose. You see that? I want to love like that. Hold on. Okay, we got more to the story, but I understand that people on the line. Now, I hope you still there because I'm trying to juggle out both. Let's go to the first line. Great morning. It's the front page. Hello, are you there?
I'm here.
How you doing? Who's this?
My name is Demi. My name is Dimitri Denard. They call me Demi.
Hey, Demi.
All right, how you doing? I've been knowing Kipper. We call him Kipper.
Oh, this Kipper.
Yeah, call him Kipper. Yeah, don't call him Kim Ross. Call him Kipper.
All right, Kipper.
Yeah, call him Kipper. Yes. He got that name from our homeboy Coaster, and I don't know how Coaster made up the name Kipper, but he made it up and it stuck. Anyway, I've been knowing Kipper all my life. He's like my oldest friend. I went to preschool with Kipper. So like we were 4 years old, and we 59 now. So I've been knowing Kipper like 55 years, and you know, I also was on the same track, and you know, came from a good household. You know, mother, AKA, traveled all over the world. First kid on my block to go to Jamaica. Only child. Always had bikes. You know, never been hungry. And I've been knowing Kipper all that time, and I ended up being the worst person on 39th and Western by far of anybody who was on the corner using drugs. And I'm proud of Kipper. He's come a long, long way, and God has really blessed him. And homelessness, I'm a homeless services provider myself. And, you know, we all fell into the drug thing. And one thing about the drug thing is that when they, if you're looking for losers, you know, they all over the place. And, you know, a dope house is everything, you know, it's a perfect place. You'll find a lot of us. And it's hard to get back in the house when I stole something that got me kicked out of the house.
Right. That shame, that guilt.
Yeah. So stealing got me put out the house. I stole the TV and the VCR out the living room. That's going to get you X'd out of the house. As soon as somebody come over and say, where's the TV and where's Demi? Both of us are gone. And it's just like, I don't deserve to come back, you know. And that's how I ended up in the streets, homeless and everything. And, you know, it's a cold thing to be 2 blocks away or a block away from your house and can't make it home.
God.
For days, for 2 or 3 days, you know, and I wasn't even kicked out at points. I just couldn't make it home. So, you know, I got clean and sober and, you know, started changing my life. Kipper eventually did the same thing. You know, I'm one of the ones also would go over Kipper's house, and when I couldn't find him, I go find him.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I definitely want to make sure we continue to highlight that conversation, that it can happen to anyone and anywhere. Thank you so much for calling in, Denby.
And I'm going to tell you one last thing. The best gesture he ever made for me, my mom died, and it was like 6:30 in the morning, like about a year and a half ago, and she died at home on hospice. Kipper was the first person I called, and he woke up out of the bed, and before they could come get my mom and take her out in the bag, Kipper was there. He didn't bring no clothes. He didn't bring no shoes and no food. I didn't need any of that. And his gesture was simply that he showed up. He didn't say much, but when we carried my mom out the front door and on the front porch, Kipper was standing there, and my next door neighbor, Shabby, they was the only 2 people in the world who was there. You know, and that's a small gesture, but a big smile came later. Didn't come in, but it came later. And that's the type of guy Kipper is. If you call him, he's going to show up.
Thank you, Stanby. Wow. We got some Kleenex somewhere? Jeremiah, can you get some Kleenex or something?
I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen.
You out here changing lives. Because you decided to say your truth and to rise above it.
Well, actually, what I do changes my life. If I don't do what I do, I don't know where I'd be. For real.
I believe that's why they say we have to give from our overflow. And I end the show every day how you are your greatest asset, comparing it to our life bank account, because we can understand money, but we can understand the value of ourselves and how much we have to pour in ourselves, because, again, your work was to uplift you, but the overflow is uplifting the community exceedingly and beyond. And it just really segues to the conversation of what you've created. A small gesture, a big smile. You know, it reminds me, Mr. Harvey talks about an oak tree. He said every oak tree started as an acorn. And you dig it in there deep, and it's a lot of dirt going to go on it, you know? And you go out there day after day to see what's coming. You don't see it yet, and sometimes that's life. You got to grow and go through some things that's going to cause you to shed some tears. But what do we know about tears? It's water, right? And when we see water, there's life. And when there's life, that means that there's growth. And sometimes you got to go deep in order to go up. And my brother, Mr. Kevin Ross, a.k.a. Kipper, you going up, brother. The name of the organization is Small Gesture, Big Smiles. Started from this, brother. You say you were living in the alley for 2 years. Sheila at the bottom of the block or at the end of the block, honking the horn and trying to get you. My God, what kind of covering does God have on your life? What?
I always said she's a lady who didn't cash her chips in, which she could have. She could have walked away from me a long time ago. We've been involved since 20 years. I've only been sober 10. So the other 10 was horrific. Jail, prison, drugs, homeless, prison for the first 10 years.
So y'all met in encampment together?
No. We met sober. But I would go back out. She would stay sober.
So you guys met while being sober.
Right.
And it's a group, a support group.
Right.
Then you dipped out. Oh, and she said, that's my baby.
I dipped in
I
and out.
heard the hell out of that machine. Yes, baby.
So, yeah, I know y'all on the call. I want to jump in the conversation, and then I want to get to the calls. Okay, let's get another thing I want to talk, and then I'm going to go to line 2. Please be there, because when I shout you out, we got to catch it, okay? You know what? Just to ensure we're going to stay on time, I'm going to save my next thought, because now the call, I'm going to go to you. You got 2 minutes. All right, let's go to line 2. Great morning. All right, let's go to line 3. Great morning.
Morning. How you doing? Good morning.
Hey there.
Can
How's
you
it
hear
going?
me?
I can hear you. She said, Dawn, I'm here.
Okay. My name is Alberta, and I just recently lost my daughter. She had a lot of clothes because she didn't wear them because she was a bus driver. So I'm just looking for the address. God bless you, to send to where I deliver the clothes, bring them or pick them up or whatever. I don't want to give them to Goodwill or because they sell them. I just want to donate.
Well, Kevin?
I want to make a statement that I have. Nothing against Goodwill, but my saying is I'm Hoodwill, not Goodwill.
I heard that.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. That's why I want to give them to you so you can give them out. And I'm going to try to get some cosmetics and toothpaste and stuff to go along with them.
Yes.
So I just.
If I give you an address, or would you like an email address?
Give both.
You can email me at.
Hold on. You got a pen and paper ready?
I do, but I don't have an email. But I mean, can I deliver them to someone, or you pick them up, or what?
Yes.
She's about to give you the address.
Yeah, 1759.
Wait. 1759.
LEIGHTON Avenue.
Okay, where is that at?
Layton and Gramercy, like Western and King area.
Western and King.
Yes.
Western and King.
The zip code is 90062. If you'd like to give me a call and we can talk about it later, you can call me at 323.
Okay, let me write this down. 323.
Y'all better get these pen and papers out.
984-1511.
Let me repeat, sir. I'm 78, so please forgive me.
Not a problem.
323-984-1511.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, I'm going to call you. I'm going to definitely call you.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate the help. We'll make sure it gets to the right people.
Thank you. God bless you. Here,
Thank you,
God bless you.
God bless you. And our condolences here at Front Page to you and your family on behalf of the loss of your daughter. Wow, we showing up for each other in major ways. Just for those who may have access to a computer and can email, what is the email address that people can contact you?
Small Gesture with the S, not gesture, but gestures, at Big Smiles with an S at gmail.com.
Small Gestures with an S at Big Smiles
with an S
at gmail.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Small Gestures, Big Smiles at gmail.com. You got that, family? Y'all blowing up the line. I got to go to pay some bills. We'll be right back. It's Radio Free 102.3 KJLH BRB.
This is The Front Page with Dawn Day on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here with a piece of Black history.
My name is Makaija. I am 10 years old, and I am from Westport Heights Elementary School. And my history is Black history. You already know a lot about Georgia's Stacey Abrams, who founded Fair Fight Actions, a voting rights nonprofit organization that is building voter protection teams in 20 states. She is credited with boosting voter registration and getting out the vote. But did you know that as Selena Montgomery, she has sold over 100,000 copies of romance novels? We salute voting rights activist and author Stacey Abrams. My history is Black history, and because of them, we enjoy many of the freedoms of today. I am Makaija, and I am free, radio free, on 102.3 KJLH.
Learn more and do more this Black History Month at KJLHradio.com.
Black babies die at twice the rate of other babies because they are born too small and too soon. Black Infant Health serves to improve birth outcomes by focusing on empowering Black women to reduce their stress and make healthy life choices. For over 30 years, Black Infant Health has been dedicated to providing resources, support, and a sisterhood safe space for Black mothers to share their common experiences and concerns to the benefit of all mothers. If you are Black, 16 years or older, or up to 6 months postpartum, Black Infant Health is for you. Discover a wealth of resources and support. Go to blackinfanthealth.org. That's blackinfanthealth.org. Because when Black women receive the support they need for a healthy birth, we pave the way for a healthier Black family and community. Enroll now at blackinfanthealth.org.
Hey everybody, this is Roland Bynum. Join me Saturdays from 5 to 9 for the Block Party starting at 5. It's your spiritual inspirational time. Triple plays at 6. And at 6:20, we exercise at the Rose Bowl, Darby Park, Kenneth Hahn Park, or in your home. 7 to 9, it's the music from the soundtrack of your life plus birthday shout-outs at 8:10. So join me, Roland Bynum, Saturdays from 5 to 9 for the Block Party and the music from the soundtrack of your life. Yesterday's music for today's memories. Only on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Money. Come on. Radio Free in 2023 means free money. We're paying your bills with Radio Free Cash Relief.
Sharon Asher, you have your rent paid. Don't worry about that. Call me Babyface, sis. I'll pay your rent. I'll cook your dinner, too.
All right.
Oh, it's my birthday. What the heck? Do you have any other bills, Sharon?
Just my phone bill.
I'm going to pay your phone bill, too.
Oh, Tammy, you are bomb diggity, baby.
We've got you next. Register your bill now at KJLHradio.com and listen for your name every day, Monday through Friday at 4:10 p.m.
It's the Tammy Mac Show. Hey, Los Angeles, I'm Tammy Mac, and traffic is never a problem from 3 to 7 p.m. when you are riding with the Tammy Mac Show, featuring Black Friday, trending topics, and, of course, you can talk to Tammy in the tea room.
Tammy Mac. I will not even get out my car until I hear the tea room, girl. When you say the show started at 3, I'll be right there. And y'all Radio Free. Stevie Wonder got that thing right.
You better believe it. The ride will never be the same. Join me, Tammy Mac, every afternoon from 3 to 7 p.m. It's the Tammy Mac Show.
2.3 Radio Free KJLH.
You're listening to The Front Page with Dawn Day on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Love. I just feel like I got it all over me, especially with Mr. Kevin Ross in here and his beautiful wife, Sheila. But as we're talking about love, let me tell you how we're spreading love, is what we're all about here at Radio Free 102.3 KJLH, as we are making this Valentine's one to remember. So this is what you need to do. Sign up to win tickets to see Kim with Lettucey and Music Soul Child February 17th at the Microsoft Theater. And we are proud to bring you Love, Soul, and R&B with Frankie Beverly and Maze at the YouTube Theater February 18th. So this is what you need to do. Register to win your Valentine's hookup, concert hookup that is, at kjlhradio.com. And then when you win tickets, just keep in mind that you heard about it from Dawn Dai on the front page. Yeah? Family, y'all got the lines blowing up. Blowing up for Kipper, affectionately called AKA Mr. Kevin Ross, here from Small Gesture, Big Smile, helping out those who are unhoused in the community and also providing resources. And it's a testament to his work because the lines are blown up. If you are wanting to donate, we just had a caller in who lost their daughter and said, hey, Kevin, I have some clothes I want to give away. What do I need to do? So, Kevin, people are hearing the testimonies. Before we even finish your story, people are telling your story. How can they donate?
You can email me at small gesture. Gesture has an S. Big smile. Smile has an S at gmail.com.
You got that, family? Small gestures, big smiles at gmail.com. Also, he said, Dawn, I want them to call me. I said, brother, you giving your name on the radio? He said, yeah. I said, all right, then. You got the number. It's 323-984-1511. To the man himself, the founder, the creator, the community unifier, Mr. Kevin Ross with Small Gesture, Big Smiles. 2 years on the street. Well, actually longer than that. So what was the turnaround? What happened?
Wow. What is the story? So one day, my wife always would say, when you're ready, call me. And, I always made the false attempt to call. But one day I called and I said, I'm ready. And can you come take me to a program? She said, no, we having a barbecue today. I can't come get you today. You can't come here. And needless to say, I gave her a speech about the rejection. And so I decided I'd call my go-to girl, my mother. And she said, well, you want to go to the program? I said, yeah. She said, well, call me when you get there. And I made it. But had they came and got me, I probably wouldn't have went to a program.
Because you got to want it for yourself, right?
I was just probably looking to lay up and, get some rest and rejuvenate my battery just to go out again. And I had done many a times before, which they expect. My mother has more experience than she does, but, my mother been dealing with my ins and outs my whole life. But when she said, well, call me when you get there, that was kind of like a breaking point for me because she rejected me, my mother rejected me, and I had no choice but to do the right thing. I ended up encountering somebody who said they were going to a shelter. And I said, man, I'm going. And he said, you got to have ID. I said, I ain't got no ID, but I'm going anyway. And when I got to the door, the lady typed in my name. I had never been in a shelter because I'm too dumb to go to a shelter. I'd rather live in the street. But when I got to the shelter, the lady typed my name in. She said, okay, you can go on in. I was in the database. Now, how I got there, I don't know.
God.
I don't know.
Look, Sheila nodded her head and said, mm-hmm.
Yeah. From that day, I went to the shelter, and then my friend Dimitri saw me and gave me some directions. Said, go downtown to the drop-in center. You're going to see, I forget his name. He's going to put you in a program. If you go, Kipper, you go. If you don't, you don't. And I went, and I've been sober ever since.
So then what propelled you to create Small Gesture, Big Smile?
I know how it feels. I know what somebody offering you a fresh pair of socks. A fresh pair of socks is like a brand new pair of Nikes when you in the street. It's crazy to describe, but even though a person doesn't shower or take any time, will put on a fresh pair of socks and I will feel like I just got a pair of Jordans. Yes. And those out there who know what I'm talking about. A fresh T-shirt, no matter if I have bathed or showered or not, it just gives you a certain type of feeling. Sometimes you have to peel your socks off.
What you mean by
that?
that?
You don't want it's too much. It's going into
no, people need, because you know what? I like this because we got this whole conversation. We got an epidemic going on. out on the streets of LA with people who are unhoused. And I wouldn't even talk about that term because people throw around the term homeless. Even when they describe the individual, it's like, can I be a person first? So when you say peel off your socks, what do you mean by
They're
that?
stuck to your feet. You done had them on 10, 12, 14, 16 days. Same pair of socks. And the same pair of shoes. You haven't even took your shoes off.
In days?
Weeks. There's people out there that's listening to us who know what I'm talking about. This is not no joke. I'm talking about the real. The people you see walking down the street and experiencing being unhoused and those type of things, those are the kind of things. So that's why I started. I knew what a pair of socks felt like. I knew what a tennis shoes felt like. I knew what, when somebody would offer them to me when I was out there, how the feeling that it made me feel. So in turn, I just started little by little. You know, hey, you want a pair of socks? Man, give me those tennis shoes, man. I'm going to give you some more. And it just on and on and on.
So you was the brother that was giving away socks and stuff.
Socks and shoes. But I started saying, I'm going to do a small gesture for a big smile. That's how I started. And I said, I'm going to go out and do a small gesture for a big smile. And then I created the Facebook group and invited all my friends on Facebook and I want to say everybody out there that has supported me and donated. I can't do anything without the support, really. It's not me. It's really the people that believe in me. That donate to me because they know I'm going to get it. Their favorite line is, I know you're going to get it to the right people. And that's important to me. I've given away washer, dryers, refrigerator, stoves. That refrigerator you have in your garage that you're not using, somebody just got an apartment. They don't have a refrigerator. So you say, Kevin, I got a refrigerator. You know, somebody need one? I say, yeah, they just called me and said a new tenant, a new person just got a house. They don't got no refrigerator. So I arranged somebody to come get your refrigerator and give it to the person who just got a house. Washer, dryers, apartments, the whole apartment.
Who is helping you with your gas and helping to ship all this stuff? Who's doing this?
Well, you're looking at it.
All right, family, you see what time it is.
Yeah,
you know what we do when we pull up. We show up to show out. This brother has been on our community, on the streets in our community, literally surviving and now thriving, helping our community, and now he needs your help. I need you to go ahead and check out this Facebook group, Small Gesture, Big Smiles. I need you to call his number, 323-984-1511. Heck, I even need you to shoot an email to smallgesturesbigsmiles@gmail.com. Let's figure out how we can donate. Let's continue to spread the word because at the end of the day, it's somebody's baby. It's somebody's baby. We got John Johns III from Eastside Riders on IG says, hey, we have stuff in bags for you, Kevin. It's 5:30 in the morning and people pulling up. I got to loosen up some phone lines. Did you talk to your sister? Is she about to call back? Because she called at 4:30.
She called the other number.
She called the other number? Okay, it hasn't lit up yet, but we making room for her.
She says no luck, voicemail only.
No luck, voicemail, no. Okay, well then we might have to call her ourselves and have her on hold. But right now, let's go to line one. Let's see if you're still there. Great morning. It's the front page.
Good morning.
Hi there.
Hi. My name is Tony White. I have not known Kevin since way back in the day, but I do know him today. And for the last few years or so, we've been working together as a lead agency in South Central. And I got to tell you, this dude is fire.
Really?
For the agency, for Christmas, he came up with, and I don't know how he did it to this day, he came up with 10 bikes for kids. For the Christmas party, kids who are clients of ours, whose parents are clients of ours, and put a big smile on his face. Every other day, I see 5 or 6 bags in front of our workplace of people giving donations. I need food, clothes, again, socks, shoes, belts, blankets. And I got to say, from the Kevin I know, he has such a thirst for learning. I've never heard as much of his story as I've heard this morning, and I've known him for a few years now. He never brags. He's one of the most humble people I know, and he's always asking, okay, what how do I learn this program? I want to be able to play this laptop keyboard like a song on a grand piano. I want to just do it, and I don't see it. I don't see that a lot in folks over 50. It's like I'm settled in my ways. I am who I am. Like Kevin is a learner and a giver, and he's a lover. He's a lover of humanity.
Wow, thank you for your testimony. Miss Sheila, what did you see in this man? What did you see in this man? You was walking around saying, my husband is over there in the alley. What?
I don't know. Love, sobriety, for one thing. I know how it feels when you out there. I wasn't out there like that, but when you out there on drugs and stuff, and you feel so alone, I don't know. It's just one day at a time.
So how
and while I was out there.
Oh, put your mic, yeah. You can move the mic, yeah.
When I was out there, it was like everybody gave up on me.
Is that right?
Except for my sister. My sister, who's also in recovery, she didn't turn her back on me. Mm-hmm. So that's what I held on to.
Your baby.
Uh-huh. It was like I was doing for him what was done for me.
Hey, love thy neighbor as we love ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's that real love.
And then it was like, that's my boo. So, you know.
Yeah, I've been a lot of other names besides Boo, you can bet that.
Well, I'm sure you know, but she's still here. Y'all still together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
That's something about that love. That love will just hold on.
Yeah.
And I think if we just get a glimpse of the love that God puts on us, it's the same thing. We're standing off. Just hold on. Mm-hmm. What's up with this shirt y'all got going on? It's like these two people, somebody, what is this?
These are shirts that were, can I turn around?
Yeah, turn around so I can read what the back say.
It's the shirt that's on the website.
So on the shirt, there's a logo of a man or two individuals. Somebody is at the top of a hill. Another person is pulling up, and it says, God has put people in your life on purpose so you can be a blessing to them. Don't live to get, live to give. Catch it. What's that about, Kevin?
In creating the Facebook group, I can't remember if somebody sent this to me or I discovered it. And it just fit the criteria of what was going on with me and what I was trying to do. You know, trying to reach down. Like I said, I just know how it feels, you know.
So let me ask you this. I'm curious. What Mayor Karen Bass is doing as far as with those who are unhoused or experiencing homelessness, do you think it's going to help?
Any help is good help.
Because some people say it's not going to work. Because what about the people that actually don't want to? Is that point? You did not want support. What does this really look like? Because I had Shirley Raines, who feeds individuals down on Skid Row.
Love her.
She said she don't think, she said she'll be interested, but she said no. Now, and also speaking of Shirley Raines, and this is not a going against, I like to make room for everybody to share their thoughts and opinions. I, myself, because I'm very transparent with my family here about me taking Metro, and so therefore I have come across people who are experiencing homelessness. And when I use the term, they say encampment. It was a way of correcting me without, you know. And I noticed in our pre-interview conversation, you said, I want to talk about this term homelessness. But Shirley Raines says, people, that's how you describe them. Don't make light of the term homelessness. But you said yourself, you did not like the term.
No, I don't. I don't like being, or the description of homeless man gets hit by a car. Mm-hmm. Homeless woman, a shoplift. Homeless man dies in the cold. Why not just a man dies in the cold? Why not a woman got, you know, why is, I'm real strong about why is my living condition used to describe me? Mm. If you were, for the better lack of, if you were overweight, if I said fat man, if I said fat woman, if I said dark-skinned man, if I said nappy-haired man, straight-haired man, if I described you by your description of what I see about you, you would be offended. Don't. That's a derogatory term. It is a very, very, very derogatory term, and media and people use it in description of human beings. I am a man. I am not a homeless. Just because I don't have a place to live, or you think I don't have a place to live.
Catch it.
Right. You describe me as homeless. And I'll say this, and it might not be politically correct, but there are pronouns that want to be respected and used when you describe a certain group of people. And if you don't describe them with the pronouns, they're offended.
So why should this be any different?
I rather you call me, the she, he, those pronouns. They want you to call, and they are putting them on us, and they're in return using the same derogatory term against another human being. I am a man. I am not a homeless man. I am not a homeless woman. Change the narrative, please. If you want to really, really, really be a help me get some T-shirts that say, I am a man, I'm not a homeless man, I am a woman, I'm not a homeless woman. That, and we can pass them out to all the unhoused people, so when you see them, you will not see them as a homeless man or a homeless woman, because he's going to have, or she's going to have a shirt on that says, I am a woman, not a homeless woman. And I think it would help change their narrative about who they are. Because everybody is, you're human. You're human. You're human. You're not a homeless human. You're a human first. And I think people use it as a social plot to make situations what they are, or make them, even to make a person look even worse than they really are. You know what I'm saying?
Sensationalize it.
For the benefit of whatever they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, kill the narrative. I am a man. I am a woman. I am not a homeless man. I am not a homeless woman. Please, please.
So along with people just using that type of description, how you feel about when people go down there to donate? They're taking pictures. Are we here for it? Do you feel like people are gawking? I don't know. What is that experience?
For me, I've had this discussion and debates. I use pictures and I don't use faces. If I donate an item, if I do whatever, or if I'll ask the person, hey man, let's take a before and after picture. Let me hook you up. I have many pictures where I've dressed them right out my trunk. And you best believe when they walk away, the walk is different. The swag, like, that's somebody's uncle right there with that walk. See that walk he got? COG walk? That's his walk. I've given socks and shoes and they start tap dancing and, just like excited. So I'm saying that the it's just a miraculous feeling to watch somebody change right in front of your eyes. And it's only momentarily. I always say I like to do things for people who I know can't pay me back.
What you mean?
I stop you. I don't even know you. Hey, man, you want some shoes? Yeah. You want some socks? Put some socks on, man. I drive off. You give me dap. Good looking OG.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. No
you
expectation.
Be stopping by people.
Oh, yeah. Flag me down. Call me. They got my number. Hey.
323-984-1511.
Somebody just got out of jail. They don't got no clothes.
Hold on, but you was telling me about, is this where you were talking about I spot him, I got him?
Yes, that's how.
Okay, so tell me, what's that about?
Going down the street, if I spot you limping and your feet look like they're not up to par and your shoes not up to par, I'm going to pull you over. I try to keep every size, due to my donators and due to the people that support me, I try to keep every size, women, men, shoes, T-shirts, sweatpants, jacket, jeans, whatever people donate to me, if I spot you, I got you. I'm going to change you right there on the spot. If you willing, I'm going to change you.
Well, I got to sneeze. Hold on. Okay, no, I'm okay. Wow.
Yeah, so that's how I spot them. And being trunk ready. I call it trunk ready. Bless you.
Thank you.
Being trunk ready.
What that mean?
I'm not coming out without my trunk being ready. I'm ready in case I spot you.
What's in your trunk
right
readiness?
now? Right now, about 12 pair of shoes, some jeans, some sweatshirts, some socks, some high jeans, socks, toothpaste, toothbrushes, whatever I can help you with, whatever I can do to change you for that moment.
Hey.
You know how, and I hate to say it, but man, give me that toothbrush and that toothpaste. Man, it's been months.
It's been months
Yeah.
since someone has brushed their teeth?
Yes.
And that's realistic. I never really thought about that when you said literally peeling the socks off your feet. No, I mean, that's real. And it's something, it must be something special about feet. And I say this, family, because, you know, even, was it Mary Magdalene that washed Jesus' feet? One thing, even my mom, when she was sick in the hospital, and even when I've had loved ones in the hospital, always about moisturizing and taking care of the feet. I don't know. It's something about, must be energy. And I think about it when you, I've seen diagrams and so forth, and how all of our organs are connected on our foot. It's so important that even when we walk around, we should do some moments of grounding where we spend about 30 seconds to a minute. So there is something with the feet, and the fact that that was something that you highlighted, I gotta explore that.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
It's connected in all ways.
Always, all times. All right, family, you hear us talking about it. Small gesture, big smile. If you are on Facebook, make sure you check out the group. Figure out how you can donate. Small gesture, big smile. If also you would like to contact Kevin directly, you know that you can call him at 323-984-1511. That's 323-984-1511. And for my family that is viable with using the internet, I want to let you know that you can also email smallgesturesbigsmiles@gmail.com. This brother is uplifting the community, one person at a time. I spot you. I got you.
I do want to take the opportunity to thank all the supporters and everybody who believe in me. There are other unsung heroes out in our community that people don't have no idea about, right?
Well, I want you to tell me about them because I want to bring them on front page. This is what the show is for, to talk about us, for us, by us, more importantly, with us.
There's a lady, her name is Toya on the Move on Facebook.
Toya, y'all know Toya on the Move? Have her call us. Okay,
She's listening. Toya on the Move. And Valerie Rhodes, she's from Welcome to Stay. She has a foundation and organization where she feeds, clothes. She has a kitchen where she cooks and she takes food to the community also.
All right, y'all, email me, frontpage@kjlhradio.com. Frontpage@kjlhradio.com. And let me know if you get in contact with Toya or Valerie, because the lines are blowing up. Not sure they can get through. But have them email. But you know who is? Go ahead.
There's also a lady named Teresa Pitts.
Teresa Pitts.
Yeah,
Teresa.
Teresa is a great supporter of mine. Teresa makes gift baskets for kids. She hustles them. She does whatever she needs to do to get all the things. She takes them to homeless shelters for the kids and stuff like that. She makes the whole basket. She's a great, great, great supporter of mine. Always willing to do whatever is asked and do extra, and she does her own thing. So I do want to highlight those sisters because and there's some brothers out there too, but there's sisters out there who are on the ground, really going in the encampments, going on the side of freeways. And might I add, Toya on the Move is in a wheelchair. She's wheelchair bound.
Wow.
She goes down the street pulling a basket with her electric wheelchair.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's a real.
She
feeds, clothes, everything. She picks up. She gets everything. She does the same thing. When she started, she saw me and she asked for my help, and I kind of led her in the right direction. Now she's off on her own.
I love our family, front page at kjlhradio.com. Your sister is on the line. Hey, Mary, great morning.
Hi there. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. I'm glad we got you. I almost got nervous. You called immediately at 4:30. I said, call back. I didn't know Kevin was going to rock the lines like this.
I know. I mean, I have tried. My fingers, I have blisters now on them. But I wasn't going to give up. I'm like my brother. We just keep on pushing. So I'm happy to be here. I thank you for this podcast, for letting people know about my brother, because Kevin has a heart as big as he is. And he's a big guy, but he's got the heart of gold. And I have seen it in him from a child. I remember the day I told him in the backyard when there was a picnic, we were doing some kind of luncheon or something. And I looked at him and I said, Kevin, one day you're going to be a great man. And I said, you'll probably be a preacher or something like that, but you're going to be giving back and I know you will. And he just looked at me and laughed. And I tell that story because I remember telling him that. Do you remember that, Kevin?
Yeah, I remember, Mary.
Yeah. I said, one day you're going to be somebody really big and special. And he just looked at me and I said, I know you will. And sure enough, I just am so proud of all the recognition that you're getting. You deserve it, brother. And I love you. And when he says he needs something, he don't have to ask but once. So that's my little brother.
Hey.
Mary, tell them about your books.
Oh, well, that's a different story. But I have two books, Soul Survivor, which is all about being raised in the funeral home at Harrison and Ross Funeral Home. But I changed the names in the book because I didn't want any lawsuits. So growing up and being African American with my complexion, I'm very fair. My dad, I asked him what happened to me. Why did I come out so light skinned? And he told me that by the time they got down to me, they just ran out of color. So, like he said, Dad was a wonderful father. I mean, I didn't, he left when my mother and he divorced at the age of 10, but I made a point to always come and see him. And, pretty much every Sunday we'd go see him and Kevin. And the book mainly tells the true stories about what goes on in the funeral home, but it also, unfortunately, my mother was nothing like my stepmom, who is wonderful. But my mother was an alcoholic, and she sort of prostituted me out as a child. And her drinking and all of her lifestyle just caused me a lot of terror in my life. Fortunately, I had enough common sense to know that I didn't want to be like her. So I refused to have an addiction. I would not drink, or I did smoke, but I wouldn't drink. But the book really tells you the inside story, but it also helps dysfunctional people understand to make a choice of not being suicidal. But the book, it takes you on a journey of, phony preachers, a lot of phony preachers, a lot of entertainers, Lou Rawls, Red Fox, Johnny Cochran, Sam Cooke.
You're going down some history.
Yeah, and Daddy Grace, the story about Daddy Grace.
What's the name of the book again?
Soul Survivor,
Soul
SOUL.
Survivor. Well, family, check it out. Soul Survivor by Mary Ross.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Mary Ross Smith.
Mary Ross
I use
Smith.
my Mary.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that. Is there anything else you would like to say to Kevin and the wonderful work he's doing in the community?
Kevin, my brother, I love you. I'm so proud of you. And I think your interview was fabulous. My husband just got up. Oh, man, you just missed an incredible interview. And I am, I've heard little bits, but I don't think I've ever heard the whole story like I did this morning. So, Kevin, you are a miracle walking, and you have so much to give. And again, it's your heart. You were born with a beautiful soul. So I love you, and I thank you, Dawn, for giving him this opportunity to speak. So, and I hope everyone out there understands what a great man my brother is.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. That's something beautiful. People up here talking about your heart work. Look at that big old heart under there. When we were walking in the studio and Kevin looked like he had some jitters, I said, what's going on with you? This is before we even highlighted heart work or whatever. What did I do before you walked in here? I put my hand on your chest. I said, what you doing is right here, because he had this sheet of paper. He said, Dawn, can you print this out? I came in that thing. I told Sheila, I said, nah, I consider myself to have semi-good eyes. I said, I can't even make this out. He said, well, Dawn, I thought you could make it big. I said, Kevin, why you ain't send it to me yesterday? I said, don't you worry about nothing. I said, you know everything. I said, you've lived it. And to see you guys blowing up the phone lines is a testament that this brother walks it like he talks it. Now, you all have been on hold for quite some time. So some of the calls I may go to, they may not be there, but who is there, I want you to share. Let's go to line 2. Great morning. Who's this? Hello? Line 3. Great morning. Who's this? Line 3,
Hello?
you there? Hi. Great morning.
Hi. Great morning. I just wanted to say I've listened, and the blueprint, everybody wants to always know why. Why? Thank you, Dawn. You are amazing. God bless you. I'm listening to down through Kevin's life. This man has a mantle on his life. He had to come from the family that he came from. He had to have that name. He had to walk that walk. And nobody understands why he couldn't stay in it.
Come on.
He couldn't stay in it because there's a call on his life. There's a call on his life bigger than that life. But he had to come from there to do what he's doing. This man is a man after God's own heart.
Amen.
And there is a call, and he need not ever shed another tear thinking he made a mistake. There are no mistakes here. There are no mistakes. He didn't do anything wrong. And the wife that the Lord gave him, she had to be in it too.
Yes.
Because he needed somebody that was going to stand by his side.
Mm-hmm.
She proved herself. They are walking in the footsteps of the Lord.
Amen.
There's no mistake here. No mistake. I have some things. Thank you for the number. Thank you for the contact. His gift has made room for him.
Amen.
His gift has, and so has yours. God bless you. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, let's go to line 4. Great morning. Who's this? Hello, are you there?
Yes. Good morning.
Great morning.
This is Kelly Benton.
Why we giggling? Hey, Kelly.
School support.
Hey, good morning. Kevin and I, we go back to Fauché Junior High School. Him and Demi as well. I love both of these guys. and the work Kevin does. Kevin is a real inspiration to us. You know, I donate sometimes, but like he stays trunk ready, I stay dash ready. I keep socks.
Wait, do you have your radio up? Can you turn your radio down? I think I hear myself in the back. Housekeeping here. Go ahead. What you say? You say you keep socks ready?
Yeah, I keep the socks right next to me when I drive. So I see someone, you know, I just stick them out the window and give them socks.
I spot them. I got them.
Right. Like I don't have a trunk, but I keep the socks ready.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We're running out of time. They about to kick us out the studio. Housekeeping is here. They rang the bell. Hello?
And thank you so much for the wonderful work that you do.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you.
Oh, man. Kevin, the lines are still lit up. We can't even get to everyone, but people can still check you out. And that's on your Facebook group, right?
Yes. You can join me. I have a Facebook called Small Gesture Big Smile. Please join and follow us. And real quick, I'd like to say I'm on a mission to try to get some bicycles for an event I'm having. If you'd like to help donate any type of funds or any type of to help me get these bicycles for some unhoused people, you can contact me at the email address. You can call me at 323-984-1511. If you'd like to donate, I have a Cash App under the same name, Small Gesture. Please call me. I'd like to get these bikes and help forward a situation I'm really trying to get involved with.
All right, family, you heard it. Johns. Did I say it right? John's the third. Where you at? John Jones. Why am I saying John? John Jones. John, do you hear me calling you? East Side Rider Bike Club. We need some bikes over here for our family member, Kevin Ross, over here with Small Gesture, Big Smiles. Family, let's continue to show up to show out. I got to head out of here. But if you'd like to keep in contact, make sure you go ahead and give Kevin a call at 323-984-1511. Family, tomorrow is Talk to me Tuesday. And like I said, y'all have reached out. Captain said he want to talk about Eunice, the council member that was killed in her car over in Jersey. Plus, what happened to these 3 women that got shot over here at Beverly Crest? We got some things to talk about, family. Make sure you call 520-KJLH, 520-5554. Make sure you follow us on all social media at Radio Free KJLH. And if you like this conversation that we having right here, check out my podcast, Vitamin D with Dawn Dai, available wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Check us out on social media at Vitamin D Dawn Dai. All right, family, I'm getting out of here. Preparing for Talk to Me Tuesday. And like I say, I'm always in the business of making dreams come true. And a damn show ain't gonna forget about mine. So until next time, always remember, you are your greatest asset.
This is The Front Page with Dawn Dai on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here with a piece of Black history.
My name is Harry. I'm 7 years old from Westport Heights Elementary School, and my history is Black history. Tyler Perry, the first African American to outright own a major film studio, grew up in poverty. Perry then wrote 13 plays, and his first movie